I'm Eden Amadora. Good to be with you again for Mystical Insights, Oracle Office Hours, and our beautiful community gathering. It's fun to come play with the archetypes of the divine feminine together and receive oracle and guidance. Some of you I know, it's good to see you. And others that are new, please introduce where you're beaming in from. And you can use the chat to do that if you're not familiar with the chat. Go ahead and scroll down to the bottom bar of your Zoom, at least on a computer. On the phone, it's a little different. But you can find the chat, and then later to raise your hand for a reading, you can find the little hand raising icon. All right, I'm going to ask that we keep ourselves muted until it's time to receive a reading. Then I love to connect and hear voices. So welcome, Lynn and Lou. Thank you, Kim from Boston, Adora from Berkeley. We have people still coming on. Therese from Boise, Idaho. Is it the Valley of Peace? Therese, I used to always love saying, Therese from the Valley of Peace. Yes, she's bowing. It is still that. Wonderful. Yes. We're going to keep letting our friends in. And while they're coming in, I'd just like to bring us all into the heart. This is a wonderful space and place where all of you is welcome, where in the divine feminine, we work with the archetype of the great mother who says, I love you, shadow and light, just the way you are. Whatever you're bringing today is welcome. Many of us come in for guidance, sometimes going through big challenges in our lives. The world is often such a wild, interesting place, just tuning into the collective themes. There's a lot of our hands on our hearts and just deep breath. And you can put your other hand on your belly. It's very comforting. It helps ground you. I'm going to invite that we lean a little bit back and bring the crown of the head back and imagine the heart flower in the sun. Deep breath into that center of the heart chakra. And a sigh. Ah. And then diving inward, our eyes closed, just feeling that space behind your hand of light. You might give it a little spiral, a little light touch, bringing yourself here. There's a place that when you hear the Sanskrit word namaste, it means I honor that place in you, the place of light, of love, of peace, of truth, of infinite wisdom and all-encompassing compassion. And when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, then we are the one heart. There is only really one of us here in this heart space. So breathing into the heart space together, feeling into what you're bringing today. And for those catching this live, feeling for yourself, even if you catch it as a replay, you are with us etherically. What is the peace that you are, I like to say, placing on the altar of unconditional love to be alchemized, to be touched with grace? And then we can gently, slowly feel that we're all bringing our collective pieces in this weave, this mosaic, both our joys, our gratitude, our hopes, and we're bringing that part that could feel kind of contracted or shadowy or challenged right now to receive some guidance. Just take and then coming together. I welcome you. I celebrate you giving yourself this time today. It's good to be with you. I'm seeing some new friends, more people coming in. So I'm going to spotlight myself for a moment. There we go. And Kim is my trusty assistant. She's going to keep letting people in so we can start with our collective reading. And I'd like to remind you that when we receive the oracle, even for the collective or others in the field, that archetypes will work in very beautiful, powerful, and mysterious ways with us. So feel your body. And if you light up, you're going to feel like that's medicine for you too. Uh-oh. Kim says, my connection is going in and out. Hopefully I am here now. Kim, can you let me know? Am I here? Am I back? Okay. This is one of those days, even though Mercury went direct, sometimes we hear that there's like a little whiplash, a little tail that gets you at the end, even when Mercury goes direct. So we're going to start with our collective reading. And for new people, I want to show these beautiful cards. So the reason why there's the peacock feathers, many of you know this already, is that the peacock, even though it's a real animal, it's kind of a mystical animal. It can eat anything. It can eat poison and transmute it into beauty, into more beauty. So let that be a little key for us as we're feeling the pieces that we might think of as like the rub for the pearl of our soul polishing, the harder parts. Maybe we can be like the peacock and take that energy and transmute it into more presence and more love. All right, so I'm going to invite us all to take another deep breath. And as I choose the collective card, now that I've shuffled them, just feel if this is really medicine for you as well. And sometimes the card will move and show me who wants to come. Woo! All right, we got a tool. We got a powerful tool of the goddess, the primal goddess, the tool of lightning itself, the catalyzer, this crackle of energy, lightning, the spark of Shakti fire. So catalyze is our collective card. So when you feel into the world right now and you feel into how so many of us want change, we want things to change for the better. We want things to move. And if you're like me, if you're here, then my sense is you want things to come into more balance, more harmony, more peace, and come into a higher octave of love for humanity. But to do that, sometimes we need to catalyze deep internal change. And that is not always comfortable. The primal goddess is sometimes considered more of the darker goddess, one of the darker faces of the goddess, because she is willing to shake things up. And the status quo doesn't like big changes. The status quo doesn't want things to be turned upside down or shaken up. And the primal goddess is also the one that's going to question authority. She's going to question the status quo. She's going to say, who says? Who says that's true? And so you can think into your life the ways that maybe you're needing to shake things up, catalyze some change to come into the higher octave. Sometimes we need to break down, like the lightning could like just hit a tree and crack it in half, but then, you know, it's going to mineralize and give the earth all this energy for the atmosphere. It's part of the natural cycle. It's going to shake things up and wake things up in our lives and catalyze growth and change. So because it's, yeah, Randy's saying evolution often won't fit in a box, right? So if we really want to change and take these great quantum leaps so that we can have this higher octave of peace, harmony, balance, beauty, right relationship with earth, with each other, There's some big catalytic changes that are going to happen, both on a larger scale collectively and within. And it doesn't always mean these kind of like scary, oh no, what's going to happen? We often are quite conditioned with a lot of doom and gloom, that catalytic change might be in the form of something that we don't want. So I'm going to invite us to breathe into how we can catalyze change, ride the edge of our own comfort, because change is not comfortable. So riding that edge of, wow, the unknown, the new, the changing of the pattern, the way it feels in the body is like, whoa, new ground, new places to be in my embodiment, in my sovereignty, in my choice, in my voice. And that'll make a lot of people uncomfortable around you too. And how we can create collective change that is in alignment with our integrity, our truth, our heart, that knowing that's our sovereign truth. Instead of waiting for something out there to change, for someone out there to figure it out or be the change or do the change or write the law that's going to change the thing that's then we're going to feel comfortable. Be on the edge of your discomfort with breath, with courage, with the ability to shake it off like an animal, that once you feel that contraction of your nervous system and any kind of fear, you shake it off. This is a primal goddess tool. It's like when the change comes, like let your body just move the energy. Shake it, sound it, move it, catalyze soul growth for yourself by risking being on that edge. So this is the primal goddess's message to us as the collective reading today. And I like to bring it right back into the most personal, internal, self-responsible way of catalyzing collective change, because we are the change we want to see, just like we are the peace we want to see. So hail to the primal goddess, catalyze. I'm going to ring my little bowl, but if the sound isn't set right, you won't hear it. So 1 second, here we go. Am I still coming in loud and clear, Kim? Yep, we're stabilized. Yes, we got lots of thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. All right, for new friends who've come in that maybe haven't gotten a reading yet, this is a time where we have some more people popping into the chat telling us where they're from too. It's nice to see you, Laura from England, Marion from Austria. Welcome, welcome. And Rodney from Oakland. Zunera from Los Angeles. So, my loves, if you are new and you would like a reading, now is a time to scroll down to the reactions icon and click it. And we have a friend on YouTube saying hi. I need coffee. That's a great YouTube name. You know, today I'm like, I'm going for the green tea. I have been on a coffee streak and my body went, okay, time to shift to matcha. So I hear you. I hear you. That feeling of the quick lift. Let's play. So Sophia, I'd love to meet you. Let me invite you. If you can turn your camera on, it's a wonderful connection. So I can see you. We can see each other. Hello, good to see you. I'm going to ask you to unmute and come say hello. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, you
How
do know
are?
me. You do know
Hi.
me from
Oh,
Lori's and Scott and all this, and
oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
but
Yeah.
I haven't had a reading yet.
Oh,
Really
wonderful.
need one.
Great to see you.
Oh
Okay.
God, I didn't
Are
put
you,
any makeup on, so
don't,
it's
don't worry
unadorned.
about it. Are
Oh,
you here in Marin?
no, I live in Clear Lake, which is
Okay.
north,
Yeah.
kind of nowhere actually, but
I know the area because Harbin Hot Springs is near there, right?
yeah,
In Lake
Middletown.
County.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
Middletown. That's
beautiful
the
up
best
there.
place in the whole area here. And we have Clear Lake, the biggest lake in California, and they're
Wow.
starting to work with the algae that's been there.
Oh, good. I know it's kind of ironic that it's called Clear Lake and it got so full of algae, such a bloom.
Yeah, well, it's
All
gonna,
right,
they're working on it. So I'm
all
glad.
right, Sophia. So this is your time to receive, and like you said, you could really use this gift from the guidance from the goddess. So put a hand on your heart and just take a deep breath. I'm going to take you off camera for a moment so you can see everything larger, but stay unmuted so you can talk to me. All right, my dear. Now, as we spread these cards, you might already see your card, and I'm going to go slow, and you just say stop or now. Okay, here we go.
Stop.
Oh, you got another sacred tool of the archetype of the priestess.
Oh my.
Yes. And it's interesting because in the 13 Moon Mystery School, my mentor and fairy goddess mother Ariel created this deck and I asked her, but the priestess isn't a goddess archetype. And she said, the priestess is the emissary and the embodiment of her, of the goddess. And because you got her primary tool, which is the chalice, to be the chalice is to be open and empty so that you can receive like the listening and the open heartedness. So you can receive the download from the goddess and then transmit. So you'll see the word transmit here, the sacred tool of the chalice.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, well, I am very concerned because I've been making very bad decisions. My mind doesn't seem to be working right, and I make really stupid decisions, and I feel afraid that I can't trust myself. And I need to know that at this point, I've learned whatever lessons I need to learn for that particular thing that my brain has to get back in gear. So I need help with that. I need help with focusing and
Right.
making good decisions and thinking straight, thinking clearly.
Yes. So I can approach this two ways, just intuitively from more of the archetypal embodiment guidance, or even more practically. So when I studied with a Native American shaman years ago, he said that the heart determines and the brain is constantly receiving and processing information. It's a receiver tool. And just like this chalice is open, there's a way that when sometimes through our lives, our minds can take the lead and they could think like, I am the main deciding factor of this beautiful human. But the heart has a greater coherence than the brain. The heart determines. So, do you listen to your feelings? Do you take a moment to tune in and breathe and feel before you make decisions?
Well, you would hope. I know. I just made a really stupid decision that cost me money and stuff. And looking back, it's like, what happened? Where was my brain? Where was my heart? Was my whole self? It's like I got swept up in this thing and I didn't think. And now, I'm really having to hopefully learn for good how
Yeah.
to think straight about these things. There's so many, as an old lady like me, 78, there's a lot of people who want to scam you and they do it and they're good at it. And
Yeah, you trusted. So can you give yourself some grace? Maybe put your hand on your precious heart and have a little compassion. Because that trust is actually a really beautiful thing. because you're very good-hearted. You would imagine that your fellow humans are also wanting the best for you and good-hearted. And I know many of us here have had experience with identity theft, scams. All these things are common in the world right now. So we're going to need to start to awaken to more of our intuition and our extrasensory channels to feel, even in the age of AI, what is real, what is not real. But in this moment, Sophia, as you are receiving the priestess card, I'm feeling like it is an invitation to slow, to listen even more, to come into stillness, and to not say yes or no so quickly as you move on. Because really, as you say, I'm making bad decisions or I'm stupid. I can feel there's a very hard, kind of stern, critical part that is kind of shaming you. So
Mhm.
for all of us listening, we know those voices. We know that place where we can be so cruel to ourselves. And in this moment, I'm just going to invite, even though you didn't choose the goddess of compassion, I'm going to invite some self-forgiveness and some compassion, and that you actually flip the story about being stupid or making bad choices into, wow, I'm really trusting and I have a good heart. And I see others like myself. So now I'm going to work on my intuition and slow down. And that's what the priestess is. She's using different channels of perception. She's listening from a deep place and moving slow and clear, like clear waters. So let us all just hold you today as you work with that self-forgiveness. We're just beaming you love that, it is a learning. And one of the parts of the learning is I can soften and be kind and begin again and trust my good heart still. There's nothing wrong with you. Yeah, so many blessings on your journey, Sophia.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sweetheart.
You're so
Okay.
welcome. So much love. So
No.
much love. Namaste. Beautiful. Let's ring the bowl for all of our hearts to come back to self-forgiveness, self-love, give ourselves grace. I have a new friend that says to me, "Give yourself some grace." It's such a line, and I know our beloved Scott, a lot of us here have heard the expression maximum grace. Yeah. So to the priest and priestess within us that comes to clarity, that slows down and listens beyond the obvious, activating our intuition. Blessed be. Yes, many years ago, I got a grant as a singer-songwriter artist, and I was so happy and excited. And then I got another phone call telling me I got another grant and they wanted all my bank info, and I quickly gave it thinking, score. And the second one was not real. So it's nothing about age. I was in my early 30s when that happened. It's just that sometimes we got to slow down, slow and feel. All right, my loves, who else would like a reading today? Aw. So from Facebook, Katie Foy says, hello, hello, beautiful sister. Come on over. I think Kim has dropped the link in the comments. It'd be wonderful to see you. And Katja Kopp says hello too. Welcome, sisters. Randy says, these first two are all I came for and more. Blessed be. You can feel the resonance, right? We are such a collective. We're this great human organism awakening together. Yay, Katja came. Super. Do you want a reading? That would be fun. So for people that haven't had a reading before, or that I haven't seen for a while, I like to go first, scroll down to the little reaction smiley face, click that, and you'll see the raise hand icon there. Love to see you. Love to read for you. Katja, would you like a reading? Would you? Yay! Okay, come. I'm going to bring you in. If you unmute, we can. Sue,
Can you?
hello,
Hello.
welcome. Good to see
I'm
you.
almost, yeah, sorry, I'm almost in bed already.
Oh, where are you calling from?
From Germany.
Fantastic. I know you're in like a 9 hour different time zone, I think. 8 or 9 from
Mhm.
California. So we won't keep you up too late, but how magical right before your dream time. You can see if one of the goddesses or her tools or her sacred geometry and frequency is a gift for you. So
Mm.
I'm shuffling the cards for you and just feel into your heart. There might be an area of your life where you're dealing with some challenges. Often it could be relational or patterns that you're like, oh, I am so wanting a change. Our first card was all about change for the collective. So now I'm gonna keep you unmuted. Stay where I can hear you, but I'll remove the spotlight so that you can see me bigger. And can you see me okay? Yes? All right. We're going to pick your card. You're going to tell me now, okay? Or there. Here we go.
Stop.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we got a beautiful frequency card. Actually, this is so perfect right before you go to sleep and dream. It's the archetype of the Weaver Dreamer. The Weaver
Mm.
Dreamer and her frequency of magenta, this eight-spoked wheel is part of this archetypal energy spinning the wheel, and it's somewhat connected to the Buddhist wheel, and it's also just this beautiful mandala, like the Weaver Dreamer spinning the web of creation, spinning the web of reality. And she asks you, are you happy with the story you've been weaving thus
Mm.
far? If not, what would you change? As you enter into the frequency with her, I'm going to bring you back in as you contemplate this. She has another message for you, Katja. She says, in your dream, you are the primary heroine, the primary character of your own dream, like a mythic movie. You're also the casting director, the producer, and the screenplay writer. So if you think of it like this, you can really feel into your movie. Are you happy with the script? Are you happy with who you've been enrolling as your key players? And if not, how would you change this dream or this mythic script so that you feel truly like the heroine in your own
Mm.
story? So
Mm.
just feeling that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had a question in my mind or in my heart when I told you to stop, and it was about my health situation because I struggle with multiple chemical sensitivity a lot. Since 1 year, it's like really extreme.
Mm.
And so this is something I really would like to change because it keeps me back from many things which I like to do. And yeah, yeah. So still there is the question, how can I change it?
Yeah, so in your dream, you're very, very sensitive right now, and there's places and things you can't interface with because it affects your mind, body, and spirit. So let's say you walk through a shopping mall. If anybody's wearing perfume or some
Mhm.
chemicals, it's like affecting you very, very strongly, right?
Yeah, I cannot even go there at the moment at all. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My sense is that there are many of us that are becoming more and more sensitive. I am very similar to cleaning products, to perfumes, things like this. They affect me very strongly. And it could be headaches, it could be dizziness, it could be just like the taste and the smell is like so bad. Yes. So maybe there is a part of our evolution where we become very, very sensitive as part of this awakening too, that it's part
Yeah.
of that. There's a lot of us having chemical sensitivities and food sensitivities. Very, very common. Do you have food sensitivities as well?
Yes, with histamine.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
So even though it's feeling very limiting for you, and I can imagine when your friends or family want you to do the things that you usually do, you have to have
Mm.
new boundaries for your self-care. Perhaps it's an opportunity to just really be with the precious part of you that is very, very sensitive and to deepen with your own intuition. Bring it into your dream time. Because you got the Weaver Dreamer, I would say to start asking your guides in the dream time, show me how to strengthen my aura. Show me how to heal my microbiome. Show
Mm.
me what I need to do next, who I need to meet, so that I can strengthen my interface with the outer world in a way that I'm
Mm.
not as affected. So there's both this, the honoring of your sensitivity, because it's probably not just physical, there's probably a lot of energetic sensitivity going on for you too.
Yes.
And trusting this is a phase in my awakening where I'm more sensitive, and that there are keys waiting for you to
Mm.
discover. And for us, no one outside of us can heal us. I think that's one of the biggest myths. When someone says, oh, this energy worker cleared me of all my past karma, it's like that's a really great fantasy. But in my experience and with people that I have tracked for many years, it is the integration process. It is
Mhm.
being with ourselves and slowing down and feeling very deeply and listening very deeply, where we begin to heal and strengthen. So, this is the journey for you. I wish it was a quick fix that the goddess said, you need this enzyme or something, but I'm not getting that download. I'm getting to listen very, very deeply and to ask for guidance internally.
Mhm.
Bring it to the dream time. And if
Mhm.
that means having a little journal near your bed, ask the question before you go to bed, show me, give me a key, give me a sign, a symbol, or a guide. Show me the next step. And start to write what you receive in your dreams. If it was a different archetype, it might be a totally different direction. But because it's the Weaver Dreamer, and you are so much dreaming up this reality right now, go deeper into the subconscious and deeper into the symbolic world and listen for
Mhm.
guidance.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
this is,
Thanks a lot.
and we're holding
Yeah.
that will come with grace and in the right timing. And know you're
Mhm.
not alone. There are so many of us, I bet, on this call and tuning in on Facebook and YouTube who have food sensitivities, chemical sensitivities. We're living in a very toxic world now. There's a lot of things that are off, and our bodies are bombarded internally and externally with toxins and chemicals. So part of our evolution is like adapting and evolving and finding balance. Have you been working with your gut biome at all?
Yes, but I'm still struggling because I was traveling a lot in my past in Asia, India, and I had a lot of times like parasites, all kind of things. And I'm still having difficulties with my pancreas. And so it's not easy to fix the gut
Yeah,
issues.
yeah,
So that's one thing. And I think one part of this whole situation is also that I feel since my childhood, I'm here with so much love for the creation and for the nature. And this is just since my childhood, I have a really strong, I don't know how to say in English, but I don't like to see the chemicals on the fields or all this kind of chemicals around. So that's one part of it. But I think the really difficult part of this for me is that I lost so many friends
Mm,
because there are so many people who cannot deal with this. They say, "Oh no, this is just a mental issue. You just accept it. It's not like this. It's like a psychological or something like this." And they just turn away from me, and that's really hard for me, especially in the spiritual scene. So many people are not really open to say, "Okay, I will change my washing powder to meet you," or something like this. Yeah.
yeah, I feel that the pain in your heart around not
Mm,
being met with compassion around this.
mm,
So in this moment, in this community, we're just holding you that what you're feeling is valid, that you are
mm,
very, very sensitive, and that there is grace. There are new friends coming in. There are people that also have dealt with things that have a lot of compassion. And Randy's saying ditto right now, that he has a similar situation and he feels very similarly. Yeah, you're not
mm,
alone. Dia Therese is raising her hand. You know,
mm,
the more we awaken and see the reality of what is happening here, there is a certain pain and disillusionment that we need to deal with in our spiritual maturity. It's like, wow, we're being poisoned. This is not okay. It is not
mm,
okay. And for those of us who've come to change the sleep and the movie that is not okay, sometimes a phase of our awakening is like disillusionment and frustration. So it's a normal place to be feeling this loneliness, this disillusionment. And right now you can also feel that you're not alone and that we are holding each other as we awaken
mm,
and we lift the veils on what's going on. So, if anything, if you come for this before you go into your dream time, just know you're not alone in this. And we're
mm,
breathing with you, we're feeling, and we're finding keys, and we're following the unique breadcrumb trail of our own healing. There's so many of us
mm.
here healing. So I'm just beaming you so much love, sister,
Thanks a
as
lot.
you walk on this path. Blessings and love to you. Good night in
Good
Germany.
night.
Bye for
Thanks a
now.
lot.
Yeah. So sweet. Let's ring the bowl, the Weaver Dreamer that's telling us all to awaken from the dream and to weave a new dream from the heart, from that part of our dreaming where it's our higher octave of reality that we're co-creating. To the Weaver Dreamer. Wow. What a sweet, deep call already. I'm really grateful for everyone's sharing. It makes it very real, very, very intimate, very beautiful. So, my loves, Kim, I'm wondering if this is a good time to share about the fall equinox that we're going to be doing. Yeah. So, the mystical insights is this beautiful archetypal tarot divination time that I like to do weekly. But every quarter, we have a major turn of the wheel celebration and ceremony. And the next one is fall equinox, which is a super powerful one that our ancestors have been celebrating for millennia. It's a time of finding balance between all the forces in our lives. And we're going to be doing a beautiful ceremony. Kim, can you drop the link for that for people to sign up and pop it in Facebook and YouTube as well? I believe, I'm trying to remember, is it the Wednesday or the Friday? I think it's Friday the 20th, right before I go to Egypt. Wow. We're going to have a really powerful one. Yes, Friday, September 20th at 11 a.m. Save the date. And is there a link to sign up already? Or can you pop that in the chat too? That'd be great. Thank you, Kim. And yeah, those calls are a little longer and deeper, and we'll go into some more ritual ceremony. We'll learn more about fall equinox. It's a fun live spiritual masterclass, and they're free of charge. We are starting to invite people, if they're moved, if it's in their joy and delight, they can donate to the temple, because I've been doing a lot of these free calls for years, and I do have a team, and it does cost money to run a temple. So we decided, if you'd like to donate anything, like $3 even, that it would feel wonderful. Sacred reciprocity. So here's the link in the chat now. She also put our little donation link there. The link for the fall equinox live spiritual masterclass is edenamadora.com/live spiritual masterclass new. Did we do a new one, a new page? Yeah, we have to do a new page. So it's a long link, but if you're here, you can just click it, you can sign up. And then if you want to donate, it's edenamadora.com/donate. And yeah, thank you for that. Everything helps. We had some really generous, amazing donations on our Lionsgate call, and that felt really good and wonderful too. All right, my loves, I have time for one more reading. And I see a lot of you are laying low today without your cameras on, but if you would like a reading, I would ask you to turn on your camera and raise your little hand or give a thumbs up or something so that I can find you. Yes, Carol, is that you raising your little thumbs up? I saw that. Okay, let's do that.
Hi, Eden.
Hi, how are
Oh,
you? Are you back?
oh,
You're back from, was it the Bahamas, or no, I'm trying to remember where you were. It was somewhere gorgeous.
now
That
I'm in Florida and it is beautiful. Yeah,
lovely.
beautiful.
Nice to see you.
Same here.
Right.
Yes.
I'm glad you had your camera on. I saw this little thumb pop up.
I just got on because I was busy on calls with Social Security and Medicare. And I don't understand a lot of things about finances, so I had to ask a lot of questions. I
That's
missed, I
that's
missed.
good. More
And
questions sometimes is better. I'm learning that too. We need to slow down and ask more questions and really just take care of ourselves, right? And understand things.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, so let's see who comes or what comes for you, and leave yourself unmuted, and then I'll bring you right back. Okay, let's see if I can see you in the top bar. There you are. Okay, ready? We're gonna find your tool or your goddess. The goddesses have been laying low today. Maybe it's time for one to pop out. Let's see if we can get them. All right, ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
There it is.
Is it that one? Because that sure moved when I touched it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, it's another frequency card. The goddesses are like, we're going to give you our tools and our frequencies. She's back. The first card was the tool of the primal goddess, and this is her pure frequency. It's like a fire flower. It's this like yoni portal, this yantra, the downward triangles. And you can see the word, so you can start to feel, oh, this is about that inner fire. And when we read the word passion, often, pop culture would make that immediately about romance and love in the most carnal way. That being said, Carol, passion is what lights you up. It's what turns you on in the meta way, like what you love, what's your big yes, what you get excited about. And she's here for you because it's connected to your vitality. It's connected to your health. It's connected to your oomph and get up and go. And when we lose that connection to our passion, we often feel stagnant and lower energy and sometimes depressed. And I know I can see people nodding. This is, our culture is full of people just doing things they have to do and sticking with the program to survive when really the world needs our yes, our passion, our aliveness, our unique creative expression. I can see you nodding big time here. I'm going to bring you back
Yeah,
in.
yes.
Yes. So the primal
I
goddess,
gotta plug this in.
yeah, the primal goddess has come to remind you to find that passion for whatever it is. It could be gardening, painting, colors, whatever you love. And she's kind of like that catalyzed card in the beginning. She's gonna go like, who says I can't finger paint? Like maybe that's what I love, you know. She's really not gonna conform. So she's here to help you take back, take a bite out of life, take back some of that juice, that passion and that energy again. Is there anything you love that you want to share to catalyze it and be witnessed?
Well, it's funny because I've been doing all these medical things for my husband who's going through changes that way, and all these bills and wills, and I ordered some crayons. A
How did
big
I know? I was seeing and I was feeling colors, colors for you. Yeah.
I says, okay, I need to get back to my colors.
Yeah, drawing and having that me time, the downtime, the part for your right brain, your feminine flow brain, the part that's not so like bills and dates and deadlines and all the worldly boxes. It's like color outside the lines and blend and merge and yes, this is
Yes,
coming for you. And
thank
some,
you.
some of these colors have a feeling, some deep colors that are catalyzing for you too.
I love those colors.
The flowers, yes, fire flower blooming in your heart again.
Oh, thanks for
Beautiful.
giving me that nudge. Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you. Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Bye for now. All right, let's ring the bowl for the primal goddess. She came back with some passion for all of us. Shira, we're about to say goodbye for this mystical insights, but I would love to do a reading for you next time, love. I think, yeah, you said you just got here. So next week I should be back. The plan is to come back. I would love to meet you and do it then. So, my loves, thank you for sharing your hearts, for coming at night in Austria and Germany and London and England. Thank you for showing up here wherever you are, because there are so many things that we could choose to do with our focus, our attention, and where we put our attention and our intention becomes our lives. So, if your attention is focused on opening the heart, raising your frequency, finding this greater love and compassion for self and other, boy, are you in the right team here with us. We are doing this work for the one. And what a joy. So good to see you. And now that Carol turned her camera off, I can see her colors and her painting in her little window. Wow, beautiful, Carol. Amazing. Yes, get back to your colors. All right, everyone, we lift this to the one heart for all beings. Only love. Only love. See you soon.